can go anywhere I want, just not home.
No, she's being still pretty gracious. She just says that she has great empathy for anybody that deals with betrayal. That's a fact. She was betrayed. But this is always why we got to side-eye the media reports on this.
So word on the street is Ryan Reynolds is losing it. Why? Because his so-called best friend Hugh Jackman has allegedly been creeping behind his back with none other than Blake Lively. Yeah, his wife. And the crazy part? This whole scandal didn't come out from some tabloid leak. It exploded after Hugh's ex-wife, Deborah Lee Furness, straight up snapped and aired out the dirty laundry for the world to see. Deborah didn't mince words. She exposed Hugh for allegedly stepping out on her during their marriage, saying she was deeply wounded by the betrayal. But things got way wilder when fans started connecting the dots, and all signs pointed to Blake Lively being the woman Hugh was messing around with during that time. Whew! And if you thought Deborah was crushed, Ryan's reaction was next level. This man really thought he and Hugh were brothers for life. Ride or die type bond. Only to now find out that his brother may have been messing with his queen all along. Ryan's spiraling, talking about calling it quits with Blake. Lawyers might already be involved. And the internet is in meltdown mode, trying to figure out what went down. Now, here's the million-dollar question. How did Hugh allegedly pull this off under the radar for so long? Fans are shook.
To say anything. He did not have to say anything. And the pure fear on her face says it all. Just a disclaimer, this video is for educational purposes only. I'm not a lawyer, it's just my opinion. Now, their invitation got sent out way before the Justin Baldoni BS. But this is a great example of I'm shaking in my boots, but I'm gonna try and play it off real cool. And he didn't play it off cool. And neither did she. She got caught. That look on her face when she snapped her head so fast when Ryan said, "What have you heard?" is him going against her. This is pure revenge at this point. He is so pissed he is in the middle of this. Receipt after receipt after receipt. And he has to deal with it. He has to watch it. And he's the one sitting there like, I was just here supporting my wife. And now I'm mad. Now I'm mad because I also got lied to. So that, what have you heard, was a real quick sign of watch me. That's him putting his wife in check for the whole public to see. And she knew it. She tried to play it off, but she knew it. And you can't tell me otherwise.
These three have been spotted together countless times over the years. Red carpets, holidays, interviews, even family events. And all that time, no one noticed a thing? The drama really hit the fan after Deborah dropped her bombshell statement to the Daily Mail. She said, "My heart and compassion goes out to everyone who has traversed the traumatic journey of betrayal. It's a profound wound that cuts deep. However, I believe in a higher power and that God, the universe, whatever you relate to as your guidance, is always working for us." Talk about grace under fire. But fans weren't fooled. That statement had pain written all over it. People had no clue things were even rocky between Hugh and Deb. I mean, they always looked like they had it figured out. Classy, chill, full of love. Their whole separation came as a shock back in September 2023. One minute they're being praised as couple goals, and the next, boom, divorce announcement. Let's rewind for a sec. Hugh and Deb's love story started way back in 1995 when they met on the set of the Australian TV drama Corelli. From the jump, the spark was there. Hugh even shared in a 2017 Jess Cagle interview that he told Deb early on, "I got a crush on you, Deb, but I'll get over it." Her response, "Oh, 'cause I've got a crush on you too." Smooth, right? And despite the 13-year age difference between them, they didn't waste time. Just 4 months later, they got hitched in 1996, kicking off what looked like 27 solid years of love, partnership, and family. With their 2 kids, Oscar and Ava, they painted the picture of a calm, drama-free household. They stayed out of mess, kept it classy, until now. When they announced their split, the statement they put out was all love and peace. "We have been blessed to share almost 3 decades together as husband and wife in a wonderful, loving marriage. Our journey now is shifting, and we have decided to separate to pursue our individual growth." They emphasized they'd stay friends, keep co-parenting their kids, and move forward with respect. But behind that polished goodbye, there was clearly a storm brewing. If these rumors are true, it explains a lot.
Mad at SNL right now for having Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively on. Y'all don't have to be mad. SNL just did us a huge favor. SNL likes to have celebrities on at two very specific times in celebrities' life, when they're at their peak and when they are on their down.
Like why Ryan's been acting distant in interviews lately, or why Blake's been laying real low on social media. People are connecting dots like it's a true crime board. We undertake this next chapter with gratitude, love, and kindness. That's what Hugh Jackman and Deborah Lee Furness told the world when they first announced their split. They asked for privacy, peace, and understanding. But behind that polished statement, the drama was already brewing, and it didn't take long for the cracks to show. Fans immediately noticed that Hugh and Deb had unfollowed each other on Instagram. Yeah, that cordial friendship they claimed to have. It was giving awkward. And just like that, the internet exploded with theories. Maybe these two weren't the forever friends they were pretending to be. Something just wasn't adding up. Then came the whispers. Sources started spilling tea that Hugh was already back outside, flirting, mingling, and hunting for his next leading lady. While his PR team tried to do damage control, an insider told Entertainment Tonight that Hugh and Deb still had love and mutual respect and were just focusing on co-parenting their kids. Cute narrative, right? But it didn't take long for that fairy tale to fall apart. Insiders came forward with real talk, telling Daily Mail that things had been going downhill since the 2020 lockdowns. According to them, the marriage had shifted from romance to a roommate vibe, and not in a cute way. They're forever linked because of the kids, the source said. But the magic? That died out years ago. Apparently, things only got worse during the SAG-AFTRA strikes. With work on pause, tensions rose. The source described them as just kicking the tires, stuck in the same cycle and realizing their spark was gone. Hugh wasn't feeling it anymore, and neither was Deb. So separating seemed like the cleanest exit. But then came the twist. This wasn't just about falling out of love. Word is, Hugh had been stepping out for years. Not once, not twice, but allegedly many times, right under Deb's nose. At some point, he stopped even trying to keep it low-key. That's when everything unraveled. Deb had been ignoring signs for a long time, but eventually, she couldn't deny it anymore. And guess who's at the center of one of the biggest rumors? Broadway star Sutton Foster. Yep, Hugh's co-star, the same woman he got extra cozy with right before the divorce went public. Sources say Deb had always been suspicious of their closeness. Even worse, Sutton apparently went out of her way to befriend Deb, while allegedly carrying on an emotional affair with Hugh.
It was a big show. Now, Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively have been in the news a lot, and Ryan Reynolds, we want to know, was that an improv or was it scripted, his little piece he did?
That was actually, he had a different line in rehearsal, and he pitched that to replace it. So that was his idea to do it. We wouldn't want to do anything too controversial unless they were in on it. So yeah, that was his line. That was his idea.
That's just cold. After the divorce, Hugh and Sutton didn't wait long to go public. That only added fuel to the fire. And now, insiders say Deb feels completely betrayed. She's even tight with Sutton's ex, and they've apparently bonded over the heartbreak. According to the source, Deb can't forgive Sutton. Not just for what happened with Hugh, but for how fake she was about it all. She used to go on double dates with them, the insider said. She smiled in Deb's face, tried to be her friend, and all the while, she was way too close to her man. Deb reportedly feels like Sutton played a key role in the destruction of her marriage, and she wants her to take accountability for it. So Deb didn't just walk away quietly. Nah, she told close friends that karma would definitely handle Hugh and Sutton. But guess what? The story gets even darker. Turns out Sutton might not have been the only one Hugh was cozying up with, because the other name being tossed around is Blake Lively. Yes, Ryan Reynolds' wife. Talk about scandal on a whole new level. Now let's not forget, Hugh and Ryan weren't just co-stars doing promo tours together. These two were tight off camera too. Cookouts, family trips, birthday shout-outs, the whole brotherhood package. And if you've ever watched Hollywood long enough, you know real friendships like that are rare. Most folks in the industry are just pretending for the cameras. But Hugh and Ryan, they seemed real. So this betrayal hits different. If the rumors are true, Hugh wasn't just stepping out on his wife. He was crossing one of his closest friends in the game. That's next level messy. And people are saying it may not have been just a one-time mistake. This was reportedly a whole affair that went on for a minute. Now here's where it gets twisted. Some fans have been pointing fingers at Ryan too. They say his nice guy act has been fading for a while now. Lately, he's been giving off real shady vibes. Jealousy, immaturity, playing dirty behind the scenes. Remember the whole Deadpool Wolverine movie mess? Word is, Ryan allegedly used his influence to clown Justin Baldoni by creating a character meant to mock him, down to the man bun and preachy activist lines. And let's not forget that awkward SNL moment where Ryan and Blake allegedly laughed along to a sketch that made light of Justin's ongoing legal situation. Fans were not laughing. They saw it for what it was, petty and cold-hearted. Now, Hugh was never known for that kind of shady humor.
But I know. How's it going?
Great. Why? What have you heard?
But then he dropped that wild Instagram video of himself skipping rope and dancing to NSYNC's Bye 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 right after the divorce news dropped. Coincidence? Fans didn't think so. People immediately called out the post as a shot at Deb. One user wrote, "Looks like your so-called friend Ryan's nasty sense of humor is rubbing off on you. Couldn't be more disappointed." Another said, "Your wife supported your entire careers and you do this? She was the best thing you ever had." And then there was the chilling take. Ryan is gonna ruin Hugh and he doesn't even see it. If Chris was still around, none of this would be happening. That name drop, Chris, sparked even more debate. Some believe that Hugh's former circle, the ones who kept him grounded, are no longer around to check him. And now Ryan's got too much influence over him. But back to Blake, because this whole love triangle might just be a love square. The whispers about Blake cheating on Ryan, they're not new. Fans have been speculating for a while. Way back when Blake filed that lawsuit against Justin Baldoni, people weren't buying her claims at face value. Some even said the real reason she took legal action was because she caught feelings for Justin, and he didn't feel the same. One fan wrote, "Blake filed that lawsuit because she couldn't stand the rejection." Others dug deeper, pointing out that her allegations didn't line up with the actual timeline. And now, with Blake's name getting tied to Hugh Jackman, it's like Hollywood's messiest puzzle just got another missing piece filled in. So let's talk about the dance scene that started it all. Blake Lively claimed that Justin Baldoni was being a little too handsy during filming, but when Justin's team clapped back by releasing the raw, unedited footage, the story flipped real quick. The footage showed both of them laughing, getting flirty, and exchanging energy that definitely wasn't one-sided. In fact, a lot of fans said both Blake and Justin were saying things that crossed the line. So when Blake turned around and tried to blame it all on Justin, people started side-eyeing her. It felt like a quick move to dodge the fact that she might have caught real feelings and didn't want it blowing up in her face, especially if her husband, Ryan Reynolds, was already onto her. And here's where it gets even messier. There are whispers that Ryan might have been the one to push Blake into filing that lawsuit in the first place. Allegedly, he found out that she was the one initiating most of the flirty behavior with Justin. And instead of dealing with it privately, he wanted to flip the narrative and protect his own image. But now, that whole narrative is falling apart, because not only is Blake being linked to Justin, she's also being linked to Hugh Jackman. Yeah, again, Hugh, Ryan's best friend. So now people are wondering, was this just a Hollywood misunderstanding, or was Blake really out here playing with fire? And let's not ignore how shaky Ryan and Blake's marriage has been looking lately. Not long ago, the blogs were in overdrive with rumors that Ryan had already filed for divorce. Search engines were blazing with questions like, did Ryan Reynolds file for divorce? And interest only spiked when Ryan was spotted at JFK Airport looking tense, alone, and very unbothered by Blake's absence. That might not seem like a big deal, but Ryan and Blake are usually glued together in public. So him showing up solo, looking annoyed, definitely raised some eyebrows. Add to that the fact that Ryan and Hugh looked mad awkward standing next to each other at the premiere of Blake's new film, Another Simple Favor. That vibe, ice cold. Given all the smiling, hugging, and buddy-buddy energy they've had for years, fans instantly clocked the shift. And with the whirlwind of PR messes surrounding them lately, that awkward tension was loud. Now sure, none of these rumors have been officially confirmed, but y'all already know what they say, where there's smoke, there's almost always fire. So here's the real question. Do you think Hugh Jackman and Blake Lively were sneaking around behind Ryan Reynolds' back? Do you believe Hugh really cheated on Deborah Lee Furness too? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Don't hold back. And if you're still trying to piece together the wild puzzle of this Hollywood triangle or square, like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss the next jaw-dropping twist.